Hello, people. Hello, hello. Let's try to fix this here, if it's fixable. Alright, so what I'm going to start doing, hello, welcome in. We're going to be doing some mediumship readings with Star Child at 8 o'clock. So it just turned 8 o'clock. So she's going to, I believe, invite me in to do a battle with her. And we're going to team up and do some mediumship readings. So if you're interested in getting on the list, it's $35 US dollars. And you can pay through my bio, or you can purchase through her as well. It doesn't matter. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tune into any questions that you have, any spirits that you want to connect to. So I'm just kind of cleansing my energy as she invites me in. This is my first time doing this, so I'm going to trust that we get everything that we need in this space. It's definitely feeling a lot, so I'm going to write down a few things that I'm feeling as you're hopping on. So you can stay and listen, or you can join us, whichever you choose. Alright. Hello, Jeep, welcome in. So it's 8:01, we'll see how, hello, we'll see how this goes. I might have to invite her in. I'm not sure. I'll give her a few minutes to see what happens. There she is.
Hi,
Hello. How are you?
good. You look lovely.
Thank you. I worked really, really hard on myself for those full 2 minutes before I hopped on.
Well, if that's all it takes to make you look that gorgeous, then I'm jealous.
Oh, stop. So, can you
Sorry.
hear me okay?
I can hear you okay. I'm trying to set this up. Hold on real quick.
Okay. Don't rush.
Okay, we're good. Yeah.
Because for me, actually, it feels better now. Seemed like there was a little echo.
Okay. Is it better?
Yeah, I think it's okay. It's
Okay.
just a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
So welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. There's still more people that are going to be coming in. We have 3 on the list so far, and I believe we have 2 of them in here at the moment. So for all of you that don't know, this is Robin Horseman. So she does healing, tarot, oracle, mediumship. She does a lot of different modalities. So she is actually somebody that I looked up to when I came on TikTok and kind of followed suit and followed how she did things. And I got a lot of information and knowledge just from watching her. Little Rebel, it's 35, and then you get a mediumship with the 2 of us. Can you see my comments over here?
No.
No. So just so everybody knows, we're not in box mode, we're in battle mode. So this is like battle of the mediums right now. So she can't see my comments and I can't see her comments. So if anybody wants to comment to the other, you have to go to the other person's page and comment directly in their chat. Okay, so if anybody has a question for me from Robin's side, feel free to hop on over and ask me. If anybody has a question for Robin from my side and you want to hop over, ask her, do that, because we can't share chats this way. Okay, if that makes sense to everybody. So with that being said, do you have anything to say, Robin?
I just wrote down Leah's name and Andrew's name because those are the 2 ladies on our list, I believe.
And
I do,
Carmela.
and Carmela. Okay. Does Carmela have a last name?
Carmela, what's your last name? If you're following both, can she see them? The comments? No, Little Rebel.
We'll work on this.
Daigle. Daigle.
Daggle. Okay. All right. Perfect. Thank you. There is just a little echo. You don't have any headphones or anything like that, do you?
I do. Hold
Would you
on.
mind grabbing them? Okay, thanks. we're getting serious here. I
Is
think
this
that'll be
better?
much better.
Okay, good, good. Can everybody in my live hear me well?
Okay, there we go. It just drowns the sound of like a little echo. Cool.
Perfect. Okay.
All right. So Andrea's in here saying hi. She's on my
Yep.
end. Do you have Leah and Carmela?
I have Carmela in here. Leah is before Carmela, but I'm sure she'll be here.
Okay.
If not, we'll skip to Carmela and then get Leah afterwards.
Okay, perfect. And who came in first? Was it Andrea or Carmela?
Andrea. Is
Okay.
it is it the first way? Is it Andrea or Andrea? I want to make sure I'm saying it right.
I call her Andrea.
And I'm calling her Andrea. So
Okay, there might be significance in that. It could be American versus Canadian. Who knows?
that could be it. That could be it.
Okay.
Here, add Robin to our list.
Okay.
Robyn, Kerr, Kerr.
All right. Perfect.
All right.
And we don't always
Okay.
need last names, but for some reason I was feeling a last name for Daggle, and I have a huge connection to that last name.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Beautiful.
Cool.
So, Andrea or Andrea, if you want to, I don't know whose live you're in right now,
She's in mine.
but she's in yours. Okay, perfect. So all we need from you is the relationship of who we're going to be bringing through. Robin, if she's commenting on your side, you're just going to have to let me know if
Yeah.
what I'm saying resonates or not.
No problem. Okay, and then maybe if we ever do this again, we could also do like if you host, I can hop in and I think I can see the comments that way.
That's what I was thinking about doing, because then you come up not just in a little box, you come up like you are right now.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll play with this. This is fun.
Okay.
I like it.
Yes, we'll play with it for sure.
Grandma. She said her grandmother.
Grandma. Okay. Grandma.
Okay. Cool. So we'll start here. So the way I work is I just ground. So we'll just take a moment and whatever comes through. So Andrea, all you have to do is just be open, and anything we both work very differently, which is so fun. So I'm kind of like a no rules person. You can do whatever you want to do, and then I feel like Star Child is a little more structured. So we'll just go with it, okay?
Let's go with it. I'm gonna ground myself real quick. And then Andrea, we ask that you ground yourself as well and keep your mind and focus on your loved one that you want to bring through. And with that, we're just going to take a couple minutes.
It's time to wake people up to this deeper history and also our deeper connection.
Immediately, I haven't really started yet, so this might not resonate, but I've learned to say everything as fast as I hear it. So I'm hearing a Judy, I'm hearing a Janine, and I'm getting the month of May for a resonating month. So that could be the month of May or the number 5. So I'm not sure if that resonates at all. Again, I'm just getting started and grounding myself, but I had to say that because it did come to my mind.
Okay.
If that resonates with anybody else, let me know.
I do find your music just a little bit loud.
Is it loud? Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah, tell me those things. Tell me those things. Perfect.
I like the music, but I'm still working on it, so I found it was a little bit hard for me to hear
Okay.
just what you were
Okay.
saying, to listen, to concentrate. So, but it's like if you can still,
Perfect.
you could probably still turn it up a little bit to hear it, but
I got you.
in between there. And I also got heaviness in the chest, in the heart. She's saying it doesn't connect yet. But yeah, I feel like a lot in the chest. Do you feel that,
I
Serta?
do. I feel an ailment. I feel heaviness. Um, I'm feeling like it's either something in the chest or a tumor of some sort. I'm not sure if she can take that for a resonating point of passing. I feel like this was not so sudden. I feel like this may have, like, can you take Andrea that grandma went to the doctor, found out that she was sick, and maybe had to fight this battle for a little while rather than she just found out quickly and died a month later? Would you say that she maybe had to fight this battle a little bit longer?
I'm gonna see what she says and I'll let you know. But yeah, I definitely got um something on the left side of me. She had dementia, so was sick for a long time. And I was hearing right away left field. She's like out in left field, which is interesting if you think about dementia, someone being like they're way out in left field. They're kind of in a different place. But I just got this energy of like way out in left field, not exactly um where they want to be, obviously. But the feeling that I get with this person is that they were still aware. Do you
Martha
get that?
Mary.
Do you get that, Sarah? That she was like aware, even though she was aware that she was like had already
Yes, like she was
lost that?
aware, like she was aware of people's um energy. Is that what you mean? So even though she had dementia, she was still aware when they were around her, when her family was there. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like even though I what I get is that she was aware that she wasn't exactly where she wanted to be or needed to be with her connection to
Yes.
people.
Correct. Correct. I feel the
Okay.
same thing. So grandma, I'm not sure. What I'm feeling, Andrea, is that grandma may never have gotten to express herself thoroughly. I'm feeling that little rebel, what's your first name? I feel like oh my gosh, I shouldn't have done that. I'm so sorry. Where was I, Robin?
Well, you're saying that her expression, how she expressed herself, and then look, you're tuning into like, wait, where was I? It's interesting because like obviously that was something as we tune
You're
in,
right.
something she struggled with because Andrea said yes, even though she didn't know us, she was
Yes.
still she was still aware, but she was obviously not aware of who was who, but she was aware of the energy, like you said, I think.
Would it make sense that I wouldn't say oppressed. I'm not feeling oppressed, but would it make sense what I'm saying, Andrea, about maybe not necessarily being able to um, fulfill a dream maybe she had?
Let you know what she says. Um,
And yes, it did go through, Little Rebel. You are fifth on the list.
she hasn't shared yet.
Okay.
I also got that her message is more about to not be apologetic. For some
Mm-hmm.
reason, it feels like I'm not sure if Andrea connects to this, but it's just to be just to like never feel like she needs to apologize. And so maybe there's a connection to that with her passing, or there is a lot of I don't want to go into the story. We'll see what she says, but there is a lot of judgment when people pass with their mind not being there. You know how people start to talk about that as if the person
Yes.
doesn't know or understand. But her message is to be non-apologetic, and so maybe that's something for her currently moving forward.
And I find there's a lot of guilt surrounding patients that have dementia and stuff, because it's so hard to keep, I don't know how to put this in the right terms, but it's so hard to keep a relationship with somebody that doesn't remember you. And I feel like she's really appreciative for you trying to continue to see her and visit her. I feel like there were visits that you really cared and that you made, um, not sacrifices, but you took a responsibility to make sure that you were there at the end of her days. Would that resonate with you? And that there shouldn't be any guilt involved, that all the goodbyes were said, even if you didn't feel like she heard it or knew, she did know. She heard your goodbyes. She heard your I love yous.
So I'll share what she said. She said, "I wonder if she still has dementia on the other side?" Question mark. I love that you're laughing, because I mean this is not a laughing matter, but because I know the
I'm
answer. I know the answer to that. The answer is no. But
no, Andrea. And I'm not laughing at her. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because that was the cutest thing ever. So cute. Does that mean that
she's saying LOL. So I want to share here. One thing that I got, because I wrote down tons of stuff at the beginning, was like her heart. It was like her heart and her soul were lost. There was like it. That's what it feels. That's the heaviness in the chest. There was a trauma and also a sadness, but she had a great sense of humor. LOL. Obviously, I'm glad that resonates. And then I also wrote down hope and God. So that might tell me that she was religious or had a belief system in God, and also that she was a woman maybe of faith and church and yeah, stuff like that. So her message for me, one thing I got was no apologies. Don't be apologetic. There's like to focus on that, and also that she pulled her weight. This lady did, the grandma, and also that Andrea pulls her weight. So it's something to recognize that
yes.
it's about like you don't need to feel badly about anything, and you need to feel good about the work you're doing because you're doing a lot. Oh, nice, she said. Yeah. So that was, I feel like the biggest thing was there was just like the heart, her heart was kind of sad.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I was
You're
feeling
welcome.
with the oppression, but it's not oppression. It's something like you're saying, something that maybe wasn't completed in this lifetime, something that maybe kept her um, maybe somewhat heartbroken for her lifetime. But something did happen, but she's in so much peace now. Like she's giddy, happy, like dancing around on the other
Hmm.
side with her hair down, no shoes on. Like I see her swirling around. Like she's young too. She's not older. So I feel like she took her youth back, if that makes any sense. Um, she doesn't feel like an older soul. I'm not sure if she was younger or if I'm just feeling a younger energy. Maybe she was more playful, loving, um, but I do feel some sadness behind the smile behind the facade of being happy and being this perfect housewife and mother, if that makes any sense.
So she said, thanks so much. This was a couple minutes ago. That's when I said you're welcome, and I'm trying not to interrupt, and you can't see the comments, so this is so funny
It,
and such a learning curve.
it is.
Yeah. So I wrote down smart, that this was she was actually a very smart lady. So that's important to acknowledge, because
Yes.
last thing you want at the end of your life is for somebody to think that you're dumb. Yeah, when you're super smart. Beautiful. She was playful, yes, full of fun, but lost a lot. Her husband died at age 45. She raised 5 kids. So she pulled her weight.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. She didn't have to apologize for anything, and that's what Andrea absolutely has within herself, is that ability to work hard, and that she doesn't need to explain herself to anybody. And I also got that I wrote down the name Elf. I don't know if Elf means anything to you, Starchild, or Andrea, but Elf represents my favorite Christmas movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah, like Will Ferrell, as we're talking about comedy, is so funny to me. He's just like he's drinking like candy cane syrup for
Thank you, Shannon.
breakfast, and I love that movie. LOL. Okay, I'm glad that connects. But yeah, so that's kind of, I think, what we're all sharing here, is that's what she wants you to focus on, and she wants you to acknowledge that she is still that same happy-go-lucky
Yes.
person now.
And to remember to nurture the child inside of you, that it's okay to be playful and youthful and have that child spark and spunk inside of you. And I feel like that's something she carried with her even to the other side. I see her so spunky and just so full of life, and you have that in with you as well, like Robin was saying. So
Mhm.
I definitely just don't take life too seriously. Don't make it too heavy. Enjoy it. Play, laugh, sing, dance, like nobody's watching kind
Hmm.
of deal. So,
Yeah, absolutely. And Fat Bastard is here on my link saying she wants you to be at peace as well as her. And I love that. So I love it when people participate
yes,
in the messages. And
me
Andrea
too.
sent us a heart, just so you know, so you can see on your end. And then
All right.
I wrote down thinking of you. So obviously she's here and thinking of
Yes.
you, and not wanting you to be sad and connect to
Mm-hmm.
the sadness, because
Mm-hmm.
the only sadness that's here is I feel, is your own sadness about the loss. So absolutely, just, I know you're going through a lot right now, because I know a couple things about you, so I just know that it's a great time for you to, um, yeah, just bring the joy back in, because you've got some parent stuff going on, and I'm sure they're related to grandma too, right? So, all right, thank you so much for your
Thank you
reading.
so much, Andrea. We just appreciate you so much for letting us go into your energy and your grandmother's energy. She's such a beautiful soul. So we appreciate you trusting us with your energy.
Awesome. So she said
And we
yes,
have,
and lots of
all right.
hearts.
Okay. Hearts. We have Leah here now. You are not late, my love. You are in perfect timing. Let me know when you're ready, Leah, and who the relationship that we're bringing through. Or if you're just wanting to work with guides, we can do that too. Dad.
Fat Bastard is asking if they can join. So you can pay $35 US dollars underneath Star Child, or through my own. So they're in each other's bios. So if you want to get on the list, you would be number 5.
Number 6.
6.
We
Okay. Oh,
have
yeah.
Leah, Carmela, Robin, Beverly.
Perfect. I didn't write down Beverly.
Okay. All right. So Leah, we're bringing through Leah's dad. Leah, your dad, he's passed, right? Because I'm confused because you said you were going to have dinner with your dad earlier. So just remind, when I've done mediumships for Leah like so many times and still cannot remember who we bring through or anything like that. It's just, it goes in and out. So, dad is in the spirit world, right, Leah? Dinner with your son's dad. I was so confused earlier when you said that, and I was just like, I'm gonna ignore it. All right. Yes. So Leah's dad, we've brought him through before. So I'm going to be really interested to see your perspective on this, Robin, because she's had many mediumships with me.
Okay, cool. So we'll just encourage everyone or anyone that wants to get on the list just to either on either of our pages go into the bio and make your payment that way. It's 35 US dollars. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to take a moment just like we did last time.
Yes. The list is filling up, you guys. So if you want to get on the list, make sure to get on now if you can, because we still have 4 people on the list. So make sure you get on now.
All right, getting a lot from this person, that's for sure. I need to stop because it just feels like for time purposes where we're kind of doing like a quicker version with extra things.
Yes.
So I'll let you go if you want first.
You go.
Okay. Oh, I got a lot of things. This
He,
person's energy.
he comes through strong.
Yeah, this person's energy. The first thing I want to point out is, did he have anger, or was there anger connection to his loss? Hi, Allison. We're doing mediumship readings.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, do you feel that too, Star Child?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because
Yep.
I went through sad, bad, angry, mad. Like it all kind of like flew out like it was flying out, and to me that was a representation of someone who might have pushed it all in and then let it all out. So if you relate to anger like me, it's I'm gonna push it all down and then it's all gonna come out. And someone who, and I'm not sure if this is him or the connection to the loss, but I get in my eyeball someone who, like, you know, when you get dry eyes because you need to cry so badly, or you've cried too much, you get dry eyes. It's a combination of someone who has not let out the tears, and then all of a sudden their tears are just like uncontrollable. So maybe there's a connection to that with
Mm-hmm.
either him or her or the family.
Yes, his mom.
Okay, interesting. Okay, I did. I wrote down a female, so maybe
Mm-hmm.
it was his. So that maybe that was his mom. And then also like there was a lot of pressure for some reason. So I'm not sure if this is related to the loss. I got a lot of pressure on the side of my head, just pressure in general, like someone who's in their ego a lot and they're just like feeling the weight and just that things are pushing them and they're pushing it down. I just get for some reason this person, it's almost like it's a kind of graphic for me. I get like someone who's in a vice, or like there's like even their skull feels, oh, like there's not a lot of room for them to loosen up or breathe. So something tells me that when they died or in their later life that they just felt restricted and they couldn't breathe and they couldn't really think the way they wanted to think. They weren't able to drop into their heart and they were just their emotions weren't the way that they wanted things to be, and then they put extra pressure on themselves to be more when they weren't even capable of
He was
being
on a
more.
ventilator.
Yeah, so do you relate to that? Yeah, so the ventilator is very much like that. Oh, feeling the chest
Yes, she
and the
relates.
head. Okay. Yeah. So, and then for some reason I'm feeling like I'm not sure how the funeral went, but I get a lot of like that was a lot, especially where I feel like there's anger and emotions. It just felt like a lot of energy in relation to the funeral too. Like I'm getting a lot of heat. To me, heat is when somebody's kind of shitting on you, or there's just too much going on in the same space, and you're like, oh my god, I need to get out of here. Like I don't sense the peace that I would like to feel.
She was mad that they didn't have a mass.
Okay. Yeah, because that's what I was wondering what the story was
Yes.
on the funeral, if that was even a
Mm-hmm.
just didn't seem there wasn't like peace there. Okay. So for some reason I'm getting food, the word food, heart attack, tension, release. Uh yeah, just a lot of I'm not sure if it was blood pressure because I'm connecting to pressure too. We're talking about the ventilator, but uh I feel like this person really wanted to live, but they didn't have any life left to live, and they're being hard on themselves about maybe not doing life right or maybe not taking care of their diet, something like that. What do you get?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely the same thing. So I've brought his energy in before. Can't remember. I've brought his name in, date that he's died, and still can't remember. Um, but what I bring in for him is the same thing that you are bringing in.
Mm,
Just I don't want to put it as a darkness, but like just a life that wasn't fully um he didn't live the life that he fully intended, if that makes any sense. He didn't
mm,
get the chance to live the life that he fully intended. And this loss has played a big, big role in your life, Leah. A big role. And he doesn't want you to hang on to the anger or the animosity or anything, any of the rifts that this has caused in your family, even. He wants everything and everyone to be one, even if before he wasn't even able to be that supporter. I don't feel I feel like he loved you so much, Leah, but there was just a lot of sadness on his part of maybe not being able to secure the life that he had always wanted to secure. And I think we've talked about this before. I really honestly feel like everything Robin is telling you right now is what I've told you I've felt before. And so, um, and I felt before that he wasn't quite ready, if that makes any sense. It's like it was an accident all around. Leah, remind me or not if this was an overdose. I'm feeling ailment, but something in my head is telling me overdose.
Definitely heart. Thank you for sharing the live.
OD is her best friend. Her heart is her grandpa. Dad is different.
Sorry, Dad was what?
So OD is her best friend and the heart is her grandpa. Dad never wants to tell me how he passed.
Okay,
I'm very, very good at getting that. And Dad does this thing with me. Me and Dad do this thing. So I'm going to let you.
So what about, like, can she confirm blood pressure? Because regardless, the word pressure is there. We already talked about the ventilator and that feeling of restriction. But I wrote down food. And I wrote down tension and
Diabetes.
Anger release and stuff. So I know that food is in there for sure. Because I get, like, for message wise with this person, because with Leah, because the way I see it, the way people show me stuff is often what they have going on genetic wise and what they want them to focus on. Kind of with Andrea, I was getting the message of like, don't apologize and you're working hard. That sort of thing. So with Leah's energy, I get for her to connect to the anger and the importance of dealing with what needs to be dealt with in the moment versus waiting too long to deal with it until it becomes anger.
Yep.
And also with food and maybe not blood pressure, but if she's saying diabetes is in the family, just being more mindful of her
Hey, Dave.
of her health, I guess, like what she in terms of her exercise and salt and sugar and like normal stuff that you would have to focus on. I kind of get that it's just dealing with what's in front of you. So that's a message that I feel like if Dad wants to pass along a message, and I pulled up a couple cards, I have the Time Master. So you said you felt like it wasn't his time, which I feel like it was. I personally feel that it was his time. I just feel like the ego got in his way a lot. So for her to also acknowledge that, to drop into her heart space more and take better care of her heart health as well, that it's not about all of the things that we think it's about. It's about taking better care of ourselves and dealing with the emotions, as you all also shared the self-expression. Or no, maybe that was with Andrea's energy. But self-expression is in there, I think, for both people. And then the serpent is the healing. I do feel like the female energy was coming up. I thought she mentioned her mother. I wrote down female too. So I feel like regardless of what happened with her parents, I get that they had a very, very healing relationship. I think that at one point in time, they really helped each other with their problems, regardless of what it was like in the end. But I want her to know that her parents' relationship at one point in time was all about like love and a lot of, oddly enough, not that anybody wants to hear this, but a lot of sexuality. Like she came from like passionate people who were actually like pretty deep healers. But unfortunately, I think with her father's energy, he didn't get to complete some of his lessons. But that's something she can learn. She can learn from in her own life.
That's what I mean by going before his time, was not being able to complete those lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was his time to go, but it's like he wasn't prepared because he hadn't gone through those life lessons that when you die, when you're like on the other side and you're like, oh, I had all this stuff I needed to learn.
Hmm.
It's like he's on the other side having to do his work. And this
Yeah.
is what I feel with him all the time, is that he's on the other side doing some deep, deep soul work. But he's also looking out for Leah. He's also protecting her, guiding her on her path 100%. But he's over there doing his soul work.
I love that. I'm hearing that he's letting go right now, which is very nice. So I always say when people are getting these messages or when they're getting their healing, the people that have crossed over here with them seeing that and it's helping them. So every time we get a reading and help ourselves,
Yep.
they're healing in spirit, and that's all they want for us is to
Yes.
move through that. So she's meant to, I feel like, focus on her health and
Mm-hmm.
getting her lessons, which obviously she's doing right now. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's all she can really do is learn from, in a way, her father's passing.
Yeah. She said thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm sending you so much love because that one's a toughie. That one's a really challenging one because I think you're right. It was cut a bit short for health reasons.
Lack of taking care of health. Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps. So just shifting into, yeah, focusing on that vibration as much as you can, even if you're feeling down, taking better care of your basic exercise and diet and like simple little things like eating an orange every day. I know it sounds silly, but just eating the fruit that you need to eat. Don't go a day without having a piece of fruit, and that might help your vibration. That's what I'm getting. Or getting out, going for a walk on the beach or something like that to connect with his spirit and yeah, the sugar in a healthy way.
It's perfect.
All right.
Thank you, Leah. Thank you so much for letting us go into your energy, my love. All right, now we have Carmela. Carmela, are you here? Hi, Elena. Hi, Dave. Welcome in. We're doing a Battle of the Mediums. So we are bringing through deceased loved ones, and you have two mediums tackling your loved ones. So I'm so glad you're in here, Kristen. It started an hour before I told you guys. I told everybody the wrong time. So I'm glad Robin and I got together before all this. No, you don't be sorry. I was the one that told you all the wrong time. So we're bringing through Carmela's grandfather.
Okay, in this case, do you want to see if we can get his name or
I was hearing Paul. I'm not sure if it starts with a P, Carmela, or not. Um, she battled that guy again, got me bad. Oh, Carmela, release the energy from that guy. Release the energy. I've had to release it. I
what it
smudged.
what is she talking about a battle?
I was doing a battle with this guy that she cannot stand.
Okay. Oh,
They didn't hurt me.
I hope she doesn't feel that way about me.
Oh, no, 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 no. It was a battle with somebody that makes fun of me and like demands me for gifts. So none of my people like him. So it's just funny. But clear. Oh, she said, "Oh no, I don't."
All right. Well, let's connect to
All right.
Carmela's
Grandpa.
grandpa. Yeah, I was feeling a strong connection to her. Daigle is my ex-boyfriend's name.
Is that what she said?
Daigle's her last name. I'm connecting to a grandmother right away. Her grandfather. So I don't know. Grandfather wants to talk about grandmother. So
Happens all the time with us. She
it's like
always comes through.
I get he had a lot of love for grandma,
Mhm.
and he wants to focus on her. And it's interesting, my connection to Paul is my husband. When I knew that I met my person, the name was Paul for the sign that I was going to meet Paul and he'd be the one. But it wasn't, his name wasn't Paul, it was a sign or connection to him
Mm,
was Paul, which is interesting that you brought Paul in because that's like love of, to me, love of life.
okay.
So I feel like there's some type of significance of grandma and grandpa
Joe,
and
George,
their love.
Joe, George, Joseph.
I don't know.
Um,
I feel like I'm just getting into personality too. I feel like
they call her husband Paul.
okay. You're so good with names. This is why it's good to partner up because I'm like, all right, you get the name, I'll tell you what they're like. That's funny.
Can you take a J or a G, like George, Joseph, John, something like that? Carmela for Grandpa? If not, it's okay. I'm pretty sure I've gotten his name before. You know me. Can't remember shit. Um, and then I'm hearing like Melinda or Mary or something like that. I'm hearing an M name. I feel like a lot of times, Carmela, that your grandma has come through. Grandpa and grandma are so connected on the other side. So connected. Um, Sue?
You're, I don't know why, but family is coming up really strongly with this person. Maybe if you don't mind asking if this person is like
Name?
all about
What's name? Carmela. What do you mean by name?
there's family all over the place here with this person. By the way,
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting a brother, brother, maybe brother passed as well. There's a connection to his brother or a brother, a sibling, family, big time. So this person must have been very family oriented or has
Mhm.
a very close family. Um, Carmela joined mine. Yay! Thank you. So I can see too. Yeah, they definitely either are super close with their family, or their family is very close with them in the spirit world. But they're acknowledging the brother. My comment's getting filtered over there, she said.
Are they? What did she mean by name?
She wants you to know what. Well, you can hear her. This
We're
is so
so
funny.
cute. We're so cute how we do this.
Well, it's hard when you're talking to everybody's family. It almost, you know how she said, hold on a sec. We will hold.
Carmela's whole family always comes through.
Okay.
Always. Her whole family. So
Okay.
be prepared.
Isn't it funny when we had someone with dementia and you're like, wait, I forget.
Yeah.
I'm stalled. And then I'm like, can you hold the line? I've got someone else going on over here. Or, like, so many people, like, for sure. Yeah. So that tells me either big family or close family.
Yeah.
And even if people didn't communicate with, she's telling us to hold on, but I feel that even if they didn't all communicate with each other, it doesn't mean that they didn't have a connection.
Strong
I,
ties.
yeah, and I think that sometimes with families, maybe this is a little bit of the healing portion, how we kind of get caught up in
She's
the,
saying she can't deal with TikTok. Hold on real quick.
okay,
Let me see.
well, if she can hear, then that's good.
Is it filtering? Yes, John is his name. So John is his name. That's one of the names I said.
Okay. It's funny, I was hearing John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. You know that song?
Hi, Valdevies. Yes, so John is his name.
Okay. And you said John, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You have lots of family on the other side, she said. Do you have a brother, Carmela, on the other side, or maybe a family member that might be bringing your brother to attention? Like maybe, okay, she does have a brother, but he's in jail. So that might be why he's coming up. A lot of times when there's a troubled family member, they will come up in readings. I know that's been a case for me. I'm not sure about you.
Okay, my
Um,
connection to Daggle is also jail.
wow, there's a connection here.
So I get that this sibling, John's sibling, uh, has a softer energy, or was it like so? Is
Her,
John is
her
John's
sibling.
is John's sibling dead?
Yes.
Because I feel the brother of the father having a softer energy, but he's still a strong energy, but he's more soft than that person. So, and it's grandfather anyway, right? No, wait.
Yeah, grandfather.
Yeah, right.
She always has her whole crew show up though.
Right. But
We do
regardless,
through this.
the brother is very soft, but he's still a strong energy, and so he
Can you
wants
take
to
that,
show up.
Carmela? Can you take maybe the brother being softer energy and then your brother being like maybe a little bit more stronger energy? He died before I was born. Don't know much.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe that's why he doesn't want to say too much. Because he's like kind of faded in the background, but wants to be known. So what I'm getting here, moving forward, family history, so important for this person. I would go into your lineage, like your ancestry. Like, are you getting that for her to really dig? Because they're all showing up and they all want to be
Family
known.
always comes up for her.
Yeah, I get that. Grandfather, um, he had very strong opinions. He was like a person who could kind of see it as it was, call it as it is, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time didn't want to be that person.
She said, haha, yes, he did.
So for her energy, that's my message is you're a person who can communicate well,
Yeah.
but to continue to shine using your voice and not being afraid to express your opinion, be loud, be known, and be heard. And so I get the hint or the vibration that some of the people along her ancestry and lineage, some of them, maybe females, might have, and some of the males might have uh, been on the softer side of voicing things. Maybe because of some of the louder ones, I'm not sure, but I'm feeling like she needs to feel comfortable right now in her skin to say what she needs
To
to
be
say.
your
And
authentic self.
yeah, yeah, that's more what it is. And also to explore more of this lineage for sure. Those are the two most important things because everybody's coming through. They're all talking. They all
Yep.
like don't want to speak over anybody else, but they're all kind of trying to.
100% spot on with the softer side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else to follow?
Ooh, Carmela, you know we've done so many of these, and your whole family comes through for you every single time. So this is the perfect way that Robin said it, to really delve into your ancestry, to really, family was very important to your grandfather and to your whole family. Family was, it was a strong family unit, and you have those old family morals that were instilled. And all I'm getting is to be your most authentic self, trust in the universe, and trust in yourself. You don't trust in yourself enough, Grandpa's saying, and you need to have more faith that you're stronger than you believe. Yeah, I know. I know. You're stronger than you believe. You're more capable than you could ever think. And you have so much support, not just in this realm, but in the spirit realm as well.
Yeah, I get she's doing his message as she's doing her best.
Yep.
And it's important for her to laugh more out loud, very much about the coming from the chest and through the throat of ha ha ha, like I have a voice and I need to laugh and just
Yes.
get it out of you, whatever that means and whatever that looks like. And Grandpa was protective.
Very protective.
Hmm.
Very protective.
Yeah, those are all my messages. Just family, family, and also the person in jail. Just because they're in jail doesn't mean that they're not living their the same life the same way that everybody else
Exactly.
is living. They're just living life in jail, but they're still doing what we're doing.
Yep.
So there's
You're
nothing.
still
It's not,
important.
and they're not dead. So they're still just as much a part of society, just living, yeah, in a whole different. They're living in a different world, but they're still living in our world, and to just also to acknowledge that that's not they're not separated from you. They're just as much a part of the family, too, to make sure that we're not disconnecting from that person in terms of the family. I feel like somebody needs to hear that. Maybe it's not her, but somebody else in the family needs to focus more on that they're not shunned or shut out. They're just as much there because they're a part of
Yes.
the family. We don't kick people out of the family.
Right. Right.
All right.
I don't know what this means. He jumped my mom, my brother. I'm not sure what that means, Carmela. Um, I'm not quite sure what that means. My brother jumped my mom. That's why he is in jail. Okay, got it.
Okay.
So forgiveness for your brother is something that everybody needs to work on. We all
Okay.
make mistakes. Go ahead.
Brother energy for sure.
Yep.
Big
Yep.
part of this. And then also the female, yeah, the female energy.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful reading, I feel, even
That
though
was
it
me
might have sounded
too.
like a lot, but I think the energy of love and relationships and family are definitely there. And
Absolutely.
another tough one, because that's not easy stuff to move through. Just
No,
acknowledging
it's not.
that at this point, just seeing everybody as connected, even when they're not communicating with each other anymore, doesn't
Yep.
mean that we're not all connected. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, we can still love people from a distance.
Yes. We love you, Carmela. We thank you so much for letting us go into your energy. Yes, you do need to think about it. She said I will never forgive him. So for them to say it, maybe I need to think about it.
Mhm.
Yes,
I'm
Carmela.
I'm feeling like love somebody from a distance. That's
Yep.
the message I'm hearing. So to me, forgiveness can be loving someone from a distance, and
Mm-hmm.
that's in my personal journey. That's how I have dealt with like my relationship with my father personally. Just I love you, you know I love you, but I don't really want to talk to you, and I don't really want to spend any time with you. Doesn't mean I don't love you. It's just not the same
Exactly.
relationship that I might have with someone that I want to. that I want to spend time with or have that close connection with. And so the love is still there, but not in the same way. And that's okay.
All right.
Hope that's helpful.
She said, "Thank you both. You are so welcome. It's our pleasure, Carmela." Sorry, I'm trying to set this back up.
Whoop,
Okay.
whoop, whoop. Getting the energy up. Yeah.
Woo! Robin!
Rocking the
Robin!
double mediumship.
We have Robin to the front of the stage. Robin, can we get Robin to the front of the stage?
Testing.
Not
testing.
this Robin.
Oh, we're so ridiculous. All right, let's keep this one
yes, says
upbeat.
Robin.
Okay.
All right, Robin. What's the relationship of the loved one? And you can go on either Robin's side to comment or my side to comment. Doesn't matter, either or.
I like you being in control.
My brother or my best friend? Okay, let's see who comes through.
Or let's do both.
Okay, all right.
I'm feeling connected to the best friend.
I'm feeling connected to the brother. Or whichever one passed of infliction. Welcome in, Rachel. Welcome in. So, Robin, usually I can feel like ailment or accident. I'm feeling an accident for somebody that for who I'm connecting with. This is an accident. So this could be self-infliction. This could be an actual accident. This could mean overdose. But I'm feeling that, have you lost somebody important to you from an actual, something that you could say was an accident rather than an ailment? Like, so an accident rather than a sickness. Hey, Rachel. No,
Yeah.
but almost. Okay.
Now I'm going into this with you. Just so you know.
Sam Smith. I don't know why I just heard that name, but the name Sam Smith just came through.
I'm kind of getting an accident vibe too.
Mm-hmm.
Did she confirm that?
She's saying OMG.
That doesn't help. We needed fun.
Like the singer Sam Smith. Yes, Robin. Why? The name Sam Smith came through, so how can you relate that? Not like the singer Sam Smith, the name, like Sam Smith came through. So was this a Sam? Oh, your best friend loved him. Okay. Okay. So this might be best friend vibes.
That's why it's funny. I went into best friend first, and then I jumped over to brother, and I was listening to Sam Smith. That song "Can I Lay by Your Side." Can I lay? So I wrote down "Lay by Your Side" because I literally heard that song before I came on here, and I thought, oh,
love it.
And I have chills all over me. Oh, I just love Sam Smith. He's so like romantic and calming, and I was hearing the name Sam maybe a week or so ago.
No, so Robin, you're right. You're right. So when I say things, or when the other Robin over here says things, you have to think outside of the box like you just did. So they're going to tell us things that are going to resonate with you. So if Sam Smith was one of his favorite artists, then if I hear Sam Smith, it's because he's getting me to relate something about him. Okay. You get what I mean? Yeah. So he's doing a good job. He's putting his work in.
Yeah, and that's where I got accident from because the specific lyrics to the Sam Smith song was "Lay by Your Side," and it made me think of death and somebody laying next to someone after they're dead, or also that they have someone that's passed next to them that was really close to them. So to let you know that after they pass, they recently went to someone who is very close to them to help reassure you that there's peace after they pass very quickly, that they right away had like a buddy. So that
Yes,
also
my
tells me
best
they.
friend's mom.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm getting the
Best
word like,
friend was a girl.
okay, I'm getting kind of like there's a lot of comfort there. If you can look at it as somebody having a sleepover with someone, um, yeah, the best friend sleepover vibe thing. I just get a lot of healing after the crossings, both of them. I get
I
that they
get,
instantly went to the other side.
she said it absolutely. I'm getting August or the number 8. I'm not sure if you can resonate that with a passing month or day. So the 8th of the month or the month of August for being resonating. That could be a birth date, that could be a death date, that could be an anniversary, but something important being in August. Can you take that? Her birthday's in August.
Can we confirm an accident here? Has that happened yet?
We haven't confirmed that. I don't think so. Hers was March 8th. Okay, there we go. So that's the 8 I was seeing. That's perfect. See, good job, Robin, thinking outside the box. This is exactly how a mediumship goes. You're doing perfect. Um, so she can take absolutely what we're saying right now.
Perfect. As long as it's making sense to her, because it's not supposed to make sense for us.
I
Either
know it
way,
makes no sense.
either way, there was tragedy.
Um, there was an accident and they survived. Okay. So, Robin, would you be able to take that he passed due to implications from this accident, or was this an ailment, a sickness? Ailment. Not feeling that. Could this ailment have been a heart attack or something very sudden, Robin? Because usually when it's really sudden, like they find out that they're sick, they go to the hospital, and then they're like passed within a month or two. Sometimes I'll feel accident for that. Um, but if he was
I'm getting the
sick,
brain
the
up
brain,
here. There's something up here.
can, she said yes with both, really. Can you take the brain or head injury of some sort?
Could be mental.
Mental too.
I don't get an impact. I get more brain. Mental.
56. Can you take the number 56 for being a resonating age? So if I hear 56, I would say this person was like 45 to, let's say, 60. Can you take that age range? No. For either one of them?
But that could be an energy. I just keep getting.
Right.
I keep getting tragedy.
Yeah, me too.
So, do we not know the cause of death right now?
No.
Okay.
Ailment.
Ailment.
So what, let's just, since he's not giving us the way he passed, Robin, do you mind just to tell us how he passed?
Getting sick.
I'm getting my kidney started to.
I didn't try for that one. I just keep getting there was an accident.
Okay,
Um,
I think we're picking up. I think we might be going psychic right now. So, okay, she said, so my boyfriend was in a motorcycle accident and
accident.
survived. He shouldn't have. I believe my best friend had something to do with it.
What does she mean by that? This is where we should almost, can we pull her up into the screen?
I don't think so. Not when if we
Okay.
were to do it, how we're
Okay.
going to do it next time, we can.
Okay. Well, this is fun. This is cool because we
This
could,
is fun. We're
yeah,
learning.
yeah, what we could
We're learning.
do is we could go into screen. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. We could go into screen mode and then pull the person up on screen. I just spilled my drink.
Your whole drink.
That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Oh my
You're
God.
right.
I honestly just get that there's a lot of tragedy,
Mm-hmm.
big time.
Yes. And
And
maybe
that,
not just tragedy from the passing, but tragedy from a young age.
I think that motorcycle accident is related to this.
Me too.
I get like it was like pretty bad.
And your best friend that passed, you think that this best friend had something to do with your ex-boyfriend's motorcycle accident? Is that what you're saying, Robin? I just want to make sure we have the situation correct.
I also think there's mental health
They were
issues
both
there.
sick for a while. It happened fast with both, really. Maybe.
I get mental
Okay.
health issues there.
Yeah, me too.
Like just something something went wrong. I'm not sure.
Robert. Robert.
It's a clean up my drink.
Hi, Laura. How are you? Mental health issues for sure. They both passed from similar things. Yes, I did say Robert, Robin. And Laura LM Dream and Tarot says hi. Laura. That's her boyfriend. The boyfriend with the motorcycle accident. His name's
Okay.
Robert.
Okay. Yeah, and I get that there's a lot of family, I don't know. I don't know if it's family drama or family issues or family problems, but there's family involved in some of this stuff. So how can we move forward would be the question.
Yeah. How do we move forward with this, Robin? Is there anything that you want us to say or ask your loved one that you maybe can't say or ask them yourself because they're always there with you? They're not with us. They're there with you, just channeling and having a conversation through us, but they're with you.
I'm getting time. It's the message that I get from the male uh, is her brother energy, right?
I guess my brother, why he was the way he was. I'm feeling like undealt trauma. Undealt with trauma. Did you have a somewhat traumatic childhood? Did something happen in your childhood that maybe would have been considered a traumatic event? And this could be neglect, this could be abuse, this could be an almost drowning case, this could be seeing somebody pass. I mean, a trauma of some sort that he never really got over in his life. That's what I'm feeling like. Is that, yes, a lot. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. What are you feeling?
I'm getting time is the biggest thing that, like, just to the message for healing would be to um, not look at the clock as much,
Mm-hmm.
and just
Mm-hmm.
acknowledging that the time is irrelevant. When something
Yes.
happened and how it happened and all the questions that we ask, to just acknowledge that it's not about the getting the answers either, because I think this person's energy came through the strongest for me in the sense that we're not meant to know certain things. I
Mm-hmm.
feel that this person's energy was very complicated, and they kind of like to make jokes and um,
Lighten the mood.
make points and stuff like that. Very charismatic, but also serious at the same time. And just like the importance of time and understanding what time means, and that, yeah, there are a lot of things in our life that we're not meant to know, and the more we try to understand, the less we know. And so when we do things, I feel, I'm new to mediumship, but with mediumship, it's less about understanding all the answers and really just focusing more on um our purpose. What are we here to learn? What are we here to focus on? And I feel like that's why we went around in so many circles, is just to get to the point, which this person's energy feels very strong to me about, is, well, let's focus on what's important now. How can we move forward now? Let's not focus on all of these things that have happened that we can't get answers to. How can we make a difference? How can we change? How can we
Yep.
help? How can we be of more assistance? And just asking the better questions
Yep.
instead of spending time wondering about the unknown. And so that's the beautiful thing I feel with mediumship that I love so much, is we're not here to answer all the questions. We're here to help you move forward. I think this person came through really strongly to help us understand the point of this is how we can move forward. And instead of dealing with the obstacles, how can we just acknowledge that they're there, and learn to push them aside when we need to push them aside, and bring them up when they need to come up. And
She
so
said she's trying.
yeah, so it's okay, let it go for now, and then it's going to come back up. And when it comes back up, you can decide how you want to deal with it then. But it doesn't all have to be dealt with in one session or in one day. And this, to me, feels like something that you really need to break down over multiple readings and multiple sessions, and remove that trauma over time. Like you said, I think this is very deep,
Mm.
and there's a lot of stuff going on there with multiple people and multiple problems. So,
He was the type to not want to be worried about, so that makes sense.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So I definitely agree with Robin's message, and just to know that you have two people that were here in the lifetime that went on to become your angels. So they grew wings, and they're not far from you. They're just right on the other side, looking out for you, carrying you along your journey, and helping you on this path. So it feels like you lost them, but you really gained them more so, in a way, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, and last message, because this soaking wet card here that I spilled my drink all over, it says being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. And I feel that that is very fitting, because I'm getting this person who wants to ignore, and not saying that you're avoiding, but it does feel like there's something that's coming up for you. Maybe it's an anniversary, as you were saying in March 8th or something.
Mm-hmm. Her birthday.
Okay, yeah. So like that was
Oh, yeah, the anniversary is March 8th. I'm sorry. You're right.
Saturday, no, tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Mm. So like maybe acknowledge that, right? And that could be significance, just to celebrate and honor somehow in some way.
Yeah, her birthday is tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, so do something about that for sure. Celebrate and honor that person.
Yep.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much for letting us go into your energy, Robin. Definitely come back and we'll do this again and get some more stuff for you. You're so welcome, my love. You are so welcome. Do we have Beverly? Beverly, Little Rebel.
So we have two more people?
One.
One. Okay. Is Beverly a little rebel?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to think.
Hey, Little Rebel.
It's so funny. You've touched on like every family name I have. Judy. You started with Judy.
Uh-huh.
My aunt. John is my uncle. Judy and John are brother and sister. Robert is my father. So they're all family members. So Jay, John, or sorry, Judy. Jay is the other name. It's Jay, Judy, John, and Robert.
Oh my
All in
God.
all my dad's side of the family. Paul is my symbol for my husband.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, this is because I'm still new to this. I'm like, this is so creepy. She's bringing up all of my family members.
That's probably what everybody else thinks too. Like, good God, this creepy lady.
But you're so good with the names. I just want to share that because I feel like
Thank
I'm
you.
learning as I go. Messages are important, and the healing and the personality. Whereas this is so cool to come together and see how we can bring in
This is so
evidence.
neat. I love
Yeah,
it. I
we can
love
bring in
it.
evidence, and I can do the healing. You can do the evidence.
All right, Little Rebel, who are we bringing in today, my love? What would be the relationship of your loved one? Rachel, we are doing a double mediumship. So 2 mediums for the price of 1. It's called our mediumship battle. My best friend or any of my grandparents.
How about we pick one?
Yeah, let's pick one. Who would you rather bring in? I just heard a Johnny. I'm not sure if you can take a John or a Johnny for either of these people. This could also be Jimmy, Janie, anything like that. That would sound similar.
How about someone that was funny? Anybody that was funny? Because I'm getting a funny. There's a
My
spirit there
great
that was
grandpa
really
was
funny.
John.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll let great grandpa go. Thank you, John, for coming through. But we're gonna bring through best friend or grandparents, Little Rebel. Your best friend died way before their time. Yes, several was funny. Your
Okay.
best
Yeah.
friend. Best friend.
Because I was hearing Johnny on the spot for some reason, and she said Johnny.
So your best friend. Okay. I feel like this person would have passed way before their time. Like, way before their time. Way before the natural time of passing. I'm feeling 40s, 30s, maybe even 20s. I'm going to give this because I'm bad at ages. 31. Yep. Okay. She. I was feeling a he.
So best friend, she, and is this Johnny? Okay.
No.
This is best
Johnny
friend.
is great grandpa.
Okay, I'm still stuck on great grandpa. So it's best friend, she, and we don't know a name.
Correct.
Okay.
Taddy.
Getting trapped emotions. Get this person like fixated a lot, like they were in their head a lot.
She had a male best friend that passed too in his 30s. Can you take this from self-infliction, Little Rebel? The male. Can you take self-infliction or overdose? Yes, that's who I'm feeling. Who do you think you have?
Talking to me?
Yeah, you.
There's a lot going on here, Random.
I know. Yes, we are doing readings, and it's 2 mediums for the price of one tonight. It's $35. You can make a donation by pressing on my face, and there's a link in my bio to my link tree. Sorry.
Yeah, so I was getting trapped emotions, fixation, and not fully listening to other people.
Yeah. No, we don't need a name, Little Rebel. I like to try to get the name, but we it's not necessary.
And I'm just feeling into the energy of the person, just kind of where they were at. I get a very gentle soul, but someone who is also kind of masculine at the same time. So definitely someone who I just get like they were really stuck in their ways. I think you said overdose, didn't you?
Yeah, but this isn't who she wants to bring through. She wants,
Great grandpa?
yes, Kristen, because it's in battle mode. She wants to bring through her female best friend.
Okay. So the overdose was
Robin pretty much summed him up, she said, about the guy friend.
okay, so I was explaining the fixation, the not listening, and someone
She said if
who
he's coming through, that's fine.
so like stuck in yeah, like just not getting out of his own way. So that was the overdose guy.
Yes,
Okay, that's what I wanted because I can't see the comments on. I'm just
I know.
feeling that one out. Okay, but I just wanted to talk about that because that was the energy that was coming forward. But I still felt the female. So she wants to connect with female friend and great grandfather. All right, female.
Just female friend.
Okay. Hearing Janis Joplin for some reason, and very I'm getting like soft rock, old rock. Um, I don't know, just rock music. Um, I keep seeing a campfire for some reason. I'm not sure if there's a connection to that, like outdoor camping.
She has 2 friends that passed, both of them male. One that passed of alcohol poisoning and one that overdosed. I'm feeling the overdose. Raymond, Charles, Ray Charles.
Yeah, and then when I go into that, I get a lot of sadness. So what's happening here for me, I'm having a hard time focusing because I feel like we're going from one spirit to the next spirit to the next spirit to the next spirit.
Yes.
So now
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, now I'm going into the sadness of this person with like alcohol issues, and I thought we were working on the person with drug addiction. So obviously this is new for me. Plus we're working with you and then also working with multiple spirits and lack of direction here. So what I like to do is a combination of things. We're picking one spirit and we're both going into that energy, or we're tuning into whatever spirits want to come through. So
She said,
we
this happens to me every time. I'm sorry, ladies. Do not be sorry, little rebel. That just means you have a lot of people on the other side that want to communicate with you.
and
That's all that means.
I personally, I'll just let you know because you're new to me and I'm new to you. And what I like to do is, me personally, I'm an open person. So I'm kind of like, well, if you're going to do the reading, let me know what the messages are. Let me know what is there for my highest good. But if there's a specific person that you want to feel has crossed over or you need to get peace with, that would be okay. So I want to get this person in because I need to know that they're okay. Otherwise, I would like to know personally the messages that the spirits are around me that want to help me with moving forward. So either are we looking for peace from someone, or are we looking for messages from our spirits to see what they have to say? If that's helpful.
I don't know. I just feel like one of them have been trying to reach me,
Okay.
possibly the one that died of an OD. I feel like
Okay.
he is too.
Yeah.
I,
I get
I really
I
do.
get that. I for sure feel that way. That was the automatic fixation. The message I get
Yes.
here is, are you in your head a lot? Because I feel like this person is coming through to let you know, to self-express, to talk about your problems, to deal with, as we've been sharing here, focusing on what it is that you want moving forward. So you don't feel that you need to block things out of your life or suppress things and stuff like that. So are you feeling that too, Star Child, that there's something going on there where
Yes.
the strongest message here with this lovely person that struggled so much and they just kept
Yep.
putting more and more in to
Yep.
numb and numb and numb, and to the
Yep.
point where we stop connecting to what's important and what we need. So I feel like the reason why I'm being so direct and I'm stepping in, which I normally am not this, I feel like aggressive. I'm like, all
I
right,
love it. I love
let
it.
let's go. Let's do this. I'm kind of like, no, you need to decide. You need to decide what you want. You can move forward with the things you want to move forward with. If you have issues, it's okay to talk about them, and if you don't want to talk about them, that's all right. Just making sure that you're taking care of you. So, do you mind asking, Rebel Child? Is it Rebel Child?
Little rebel. Little rebel child.
Is there something going on in your life right now where you feel like you're overwhelmed, or there's something that you're having a hard time with, or you can't tackle?
So she's saying he reached out to me a few days before he passed, and I didn't get the message until it was too late. I've always wondered what he was trying to say. Yes, tons of things.
Okay, yeah. So maybe could there be guilt in there?
Yes, there's definitely guilt in there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that, Rebel.
Okay, so I do a little thing called theta healing. So all you have to do is say yes. So anybody else that wants this, if you want to do that, would you like to release any guilt or heaviness or shame that you're holding on to as a result of someone else's death or the loss of a loved one? And would you like to know that it's safe for you to move forward, loving yourself while healing your heart? And would you like to know that it's safe to honor the people that you've lost and still honor yourself at the same time? Just taking a deep breath in, and as you agree to that, just notice anything that shifts. This might come in later as well. Good. And I'm feeling like a big theme here for a lot of people. So I see each mediumship reading that we're doing tonight is a theme. Um, Drama, a lot of drama.
Mm-hmm.
So specifically with Bev, I'm getting that she is learning to, I wouldn't say let go of the drama, but just acknowledge when there is maybe someone in your life that's toxic or something in your life that is toxic, and asking yourself how that's serving you.
Right. Right. So are you holding on to toxic ideas, toxic feelings of guilt? Those are toxic because that's not your burden to carry. So even if he was trying to tell you that he was slipping again, there's nothing that you could have done to save him, little rebel. It was his path and his journey to take.
And that's a lot of weight to carry. Like what you're feeling right now is a lot to hold on to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's not, like, yeah, what you're saying is it's not yours to carry.
I get that, but it's hard when it's your son and mom that's toxic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All you can do is focus on how you feel and what you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, as you acknowledge here in this moment, moving forward, maybe right now, because I work with new moon energy, where in a couple days we have a new moon coming in, we put out the energy that we want. So, this is a time to start new and start fresh. This is how I want to feel. Instead of saying, well, I can't change it, or this is a problem, look at what you can do moving forward by
Right.
acknowledging how you want to feel, and because you get to choose the emotions that you have. Otherwise, we'll fall into a little bit of a victim mindset, and it's just something to be careful of. Because meanwhile, you're feeling all this guilt, which is a horrible thing to feel, and it's coming from a good place. But it's just acknowledging that, yeah, that you can change how you feel at any given time, and you need to take accountability for how you want to feel moving forward. So that's my message for you that I feel like is coming in really strongly, because you've had to deal with some toxicity and you're carrying a lot of that around, and it doesn't even belong to you. That's your son or your mother or someone who's passed. And so, again, how do we want to recreate the scenarios? Because we don't have to live with that past. So, mediumship is a beautiful gift that we get to offer people in terms of what is the healing here. And that's what I like to look
Yes.
into is I'm accountable and
Right.
responsible for
Because
the things that I do.
we don't want to keep taking you through the what ifs. Do you know what I mean? It's like we just try to bring you the healing aspect and the messages that spirit wants you to know, but we don't want to have to go through the hamster wheel of what ifs, because spirit doesn't want you to do that either, and neither does your deceased loved one, because it's not your burden to carry. It's not your fault.
Absolutely no. And that's where a lot of people carry survivor's guilt, and they take
Mm-hmm.
the energy on of others, as you and I now.
Yes.
We carry a lot of the energy of others around, and there comes a time where you realize, okay, well, this is theirs, not mine. But we also have
Yes.
empathy for other people. So how do we find balance? Recognizing what is ours to carry and what is someone else's to carry. And I think it's important that we communicate that to other people. Like, I feel this about you, and this is what I feel like you should do. And that's all you can do.
Yeah.
And so then we have to cut cords with that. So I I hope she's feeling good about what the
She does.
messages are coming through.
So basically he's saying he made the choice, so it's not my burden to carry. I said yes. He did not do it on purpose. No.
Absolutely not. No, nobody ever does. Nobody ever does.
No.
That's just like they're falling into their own, like, what their influences were, you know? Like their
Yes.
product of environment, their people that they were surrounding themselves
Mm-hmm.
with, their childhood, that sort of thing. And so all we can do, I feel, is break the cycle and the
Mm-hmm.
chains. And so that's what I help people with, is cutting energy cords, helping people disconnect from their genetics, their DNA, um, yeah, stuff like this, right? Like all we can do is move forward, and it's not that we're forgetting the things that have happened. It's just acknowledging that that's not something that's going to support us moving forward. So how can we take
Absolutely.
what was important, like we were saying with the other person, for celebrating that person's birthday? What can we do to honor them? Can we light a candle? Can we um, maybe we have certain crystals that represent that person, or their favorite color,
An
maybe
altar.
yeah, their favorite thing that they like to do, if they like to golf, or I don't know, maybe there's something special about that person, and so bring that into your life, and remember them, and remember the good times, and keep that in your heart, but don't let that burden your heart. That's what I would say.
And yes, Beverly, he is still around you. It's very much around you. He's here trying so hard and doing such a good job to communicate through us. That's how much he cares and wants to get his message through to you. Because just like it takes as much energy for us to do this, it takes 10 times as much energy for a spirit to try to communicate on the other side. So he did a really, really good job. He came through for you, and he's definitely still on the other side with you.
Yeah. They even made my drink
Yeah.
go all over the wall. Like, nope, you're gonna listen to me, Linda.
All right. So if anybody else is looking to get on the list, we have about, what time were we scheduled till?
I have no idea what time it is. I have no idea how long each person was.
Me either. But we still have an open list if anybody would like to get on. Sorry, he was always a bit extra. No, he was good, little rebel. He was definitely good. He came through for you.
She
I
had
know you wish you could, Kristen.
she had multiple people with her. That wasn't just one person. So
Yes. Yes.
that was more what it was about, by the way, because you had like 4 or 5 spirits coming through with different messages, and it became a blended message,
Message,
which
right.
which all served the same purpose, which was kind of taking care of yourself and not carrying that weight or energy around with you anymore because it's not serving anybody.
Yep.
Very good messages.
Very good. That was awesome. You
That
did
was
so good. Oh my gosh.
so did you. You're amazing with names.
I know. I don't know what it is, but it just like happened one day and it just never stopped. So,
It's really neat to work with somebody who has very different traits than you do. So I think that's the whole point of collaborating is so somebody can
absolutely.
get all that validation and yeah, we can feed off of each other. So I hope I didn't take over too much or interrupt you too
You
much.
didn't. You were so awesome. This was so much fun.
Good. I'm glad. So I'm going to pull up 3 more cards just as general
Okay,
messages. Are you down with it?
let's do it.
Okay. So I got this spiral card.
Hey,
So
Brandy.
let's connect to any spirits that are here. Everybody's totally hanging out on your platform. I did advertise that we were going to do this on your channel tonight. So
Okay.
that's funny. So if you want to, next time we can, it's completely up to you. We can figure this out afterwards, but we can go onto my
Yeah,
platform if you want, and then I'll pull you in and we can play with this if you want to, because I think
let's
it's
do it.
really, really cool to meet new people, people I would have never connected to tonight that I
Mm-hmm.
feel were really important. So we have the spiral card. Okay, so spiral to me, I'm going to share what I feel and maybe you can share what you feel if you want to, but I get this, there's an eye here, and we talked about toxicity tonight, but the negativity of, well, we talked about people being unhealthy, drug addiction, um, a lot of blame. I feel like people who have a lot of unknown factors within itself can be very um, uncom uncomfortable and discomforting for a lot of people. So I see the spiral effect as we shared almost at the end here, um, the circle of and then what, and then what, and then what. We keep thinking about the loss. So what I see the spiral as is we did share with someone to go out for a walk on the ocean and replenish and reconnect and connect with their spirits through nature. So I see this as doing meditation, going near that ocean, collecting shells, really reminding yourself that spirit is with you in our peaceful times. And if you truly want to connect with spirit on your own, you can do that in peace. When you're at peace, they will find peace. And that's when you're going to get the most connection to these people. It's not when you're in grief. It's not when you're in sadness. It's not when you're angry at someone. So, what do you say?
So for me, I am not great like you. Sorry, I'm trying to respond to somebody that's commenting on here. So I wasn't really, for me, stability, grounding. Um, I'm not great with visuals, you guys.
I'm sick of hearing you say you're not great at this. Oh, you're like, oh, your mother's name is Jeannie? I'm like, and then you're like, oh, Judy and John and Robert. I'm like, you mean all three of my father's family members? Seriously though, like every
I
name.
know.
And then there was another recent one you said, but I spilled all over my important notebook. But there was the last name that you brought up. I'm like, oh my God, like there's another one. So, like seriously though, so you know, maybe cards aren't your thing.
I don't think they
Maybe
are.
maybe names and numbers are. So what about
Yeah.
if we dive into 50?
Okay.
What about
50?
the number
So
50?
So, um, for me, I would just I'm seeing like almost like the wheel of karma and the cycle of life that keeps turning and evolving. So when I see the spiral, that's kind of what I think about is the wheel of life, karma, that life never stops uh, moving and progressing. So we have to accept and appreciate the good times now because they could be bad later. And we have to appreciate and accept our bad times because they're going to get good again as well. So I don't know if I said that right, but
You
that's
did.
kind of what I get from it.
You did. And anybody that wants to share that relates, that's wonderful. And I also feel that what you're expressing is like health too.
Right.
Um, just the importance of I get honestly just taking care of ourselves. When we work with mediumship, we hear all about sickness. So
Yeah.
what is that saying to you? Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Nurture yourself. Listen to yourself. Because you're the only one that's going to be able to fix or change anything. We can speak to you and tell you things, but you, at the end of the day, need to listen to those intuitive feelings. I need to go to the doctor. I need to change my diet. How many times do we try to get my husband to go to the doctor and they just say, "Oh, I'll make that appointment next year."
Yep. Yep.
No, you need to go to the doctor now. Just because you could be saving yourself a lifetime of sickness if you just
Yep.
got the medication. And then we have the curse here. And I know you're not a fancy of the cards, but we have 14 here. Does 14 mean anything?
14.
Yeah.
Bob.
When you were
Don't put me on the
14,
spot.
when you were 14, was there anything that happened to you?
Oh, a lot of things that happened to me.
Anything in particular when you think about the age of 14?
Divorce.
You got divorced at 14?
No. My parents did. My parents did. There was like this huge, awful divorce. So when I think of the age 14, I think of divorce, Kristen.
Okay. See, we needed to laugh.
Robin, I just love you.
Okay. Okay, so maybe a little bit of heartbreak,
Yes, heartbreak,
change,
transition, yeah,
trauma.
ripped apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Relationships are broken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I see this card as like healing trauma for sure. I feel like that's what we're doing.
Amen.
I feel like that's what we're working on is
Mm-hmm.
understanding that we all have trauma. And for more people to work on uh these things and talk about these things and come on and do lives because every single person has like not the same issue but has an issue. And so if we keep pretending that there is no issue and we don't have problems and oh, don't worry about me and just keep suppressing it, as we already talked about,
Yeah.
um, we'll find out when we're 45 that things from 14 are now popping up and
Right.
popping up and realizing, oh, okay, maybe this is a thing. And I feel like this is a new age thing that we're going through where we're becoming comfortable about it because maybe when we were young, we didn't have the outlets or the opportunity, but look at where we're at now.
Right. Right.
So the Earth Keeper, what about 18? Where were you at 18?
Ooh, not a good place.
Because of 14, maybe.
Yes, because of 14. Correct.
But yet you have the Earth Keeper, which is a beautiful card.
Mm.
Pretty
I
nice
did
card.
learn a lot of lessons through that time period,
Hmm.
and it definitely developed me into the person that I am today. So,
Of course. So you couldn't help people if you weren't going through your own traumas.
right.
I think it's important for people to also acknowledge that when people like us come on to do readings and healings, we're no different than every other person on the other screen.
No different.
Just when I hop on and get a reading, I'm that person behind the screen that helps other
Yeah.
people, and you don't know that. So every single person on earth is going through something right now. We're all in it together. So I just want to remind people that we are equal and
Yes.
nobody is better than anyone else, and that anybody can do what we're doing as well.
Yes.
So to remind
Everybody has
yourself,
the gift.
hmm,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I think about for myself at 18, I was just at the point where I felt that I could become an adult and be free, only to realize that I was not an adult and I didn't know anything about adulting. And deep down, I needed a lot of parenting. So, so I'm learning now, which has been coming through in my readings today, that I'm learning to parent myself again.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
and not in a negative way, but just reminding myself that to nurture and you know and
Absolutely.
discipline in ways that are healthy. And that came up in the reading that you pulled up for me today. But prioritizing and well,
You like her deck, Kristen? She likes her deck.
thank you. You like my big deck?
Well, I think this went really well.
Me too. Thank you so much for having me. So what we'll do, if you want
Thank
to,
you.
I'm gonna see if I can replay this. So I'll put it on under my YouTube channel.
Okay.
That would be really cool to rewatch since there was so much information, people that were getting readings. I just think there were so many messages in it for so many people
It was a lot.
that, yeah, it was like I don't even remember half the things we even said.
Yeah,
Because
you
it's
won't.
just yeah, just getting into that mode. But yeah, what
Mhm.
we need to do, I feel, is reconnect with a time, and then we can do the same thing. Only maybe we'll advertise a little bit earlier,
Okay.
and then you can come onto mine, and maybe we can pull in you into a box.
Yes.
And then also when we do the
Energies.
reading, if the person wants to, they don't have to, but we can pull them up on screen because I think that us both
Yes.
being able to hear what they're saying will allow us to help the
Yes.
person even more. Um, and then we can communicate a bit better and make sure that we know that they're getting the healing, but it might help them redirect the energy a bit better towards what they want.
Right. I agree completely.
Cool.
All right. So let's link up, connect. Your PayPal, is that the one that's on your link
In my bio. Yep.
in your bio? Yep. Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Thank
This was
you.
so much fun. Thank
It so
you.
was. Yes, we're awesome.
We'll do this again.
Okay.
Okay.
Talk to you guys later. Bye. Thanks for following.
Bye.